I'm not talking about him or trying to expose his reality just because, oh, that guy has moved on. I did not love him. I did not have feelings. I was very sure that when I went inside the show, I was the one who told him that मेरे साथ एक show में हो चुका है. I don't want to get into the same shit. I don't want to get into love, marriage, all that crap. Let's just focus on work. When the host asked him that are you a couple, I was quiet. He was the one who said yes. So how come I become a crybaby? How come I develop the feelings? How come I am crying that he has moved on or what? Because absolutely like it is not even fitting into the story. Like I mean, you everybody has seen. He put a lot of efforts. I've told him also that I am not interested into all that, but he kept on making efforts for me. And when a guy puts lots and lots of efforts for me, of course, I mean, I would be this human enough to feel कि okay कोई इंसान मेरे लिए effort लगा रहा है so I can drop my guards down for a while. That there were messages from his end on Instagram. There were calls made from his end at 12 a.m. or 11:30 p.m. from his end, which I did not even pick the call. So how come I am the crybaby when he's even still trying to talk to me after the show? When I am literally ignoring, even in the groups, I'm trying to ignore him. He's constantly talking, he's constantly chatting as if nothing has happened. So I'm the last person to be a crybaby. Last person. But yes, I will constantly talk about it because मेरे बोलने की वजह से इतना ये हाइप हुआ है कि लोगों को उसकी रियलिटी पता चल रही है और वो बिग बॉस से बाहर निकला है बिकॉज पीपल वर नॉट लाइकिंग हिम फॉर व्हाट ही हैज डन टू 3 women इन हिज लाइफ. अगर मैं चुप रहती ना ये चीज कभी बाहर नहीं और वो इंसान आगे और चौथा कोई लड़की पकड़ता.
Has Lisa tried to get in touch with you?
Yes, she did. I think a couple of weeks back, I got a call and she was crying. She was crying a lot, and she was just saying that I thought everything is scripted, and I think that's what he has told her. So she was living in her own world where she was thinking that you have to do certain love angles, but according to her, he has crossed his limits. But at the same time, she was blaming Nikki that when my man has said that he's committed, why are you like hanging around or sleeping next to him or whatever. And I tried to make her understand also your man is going after every woman. The women are not coming to talk to him. Let me tell you the details. It's not Arbaz who has left her, it's Lisa who has left Arbaz. The only problem is that Lisa doesn't come out in media and talk about it. So the whole reality is still hidden. The moment she talk, people will get to know the reality. Hi, this is Naira Ahuja, and what a lovely podcast and conversation happened during this time. I mean, I loved how you were very candid and you were very interested in my personal life instead of controversies. That's the best part about this podcast. So, you guys are watching me on Shubhajit's channel. Keep giving the love, like, comment, and share to this channel so that he keeps on bringing people and give us the platform to talk about certain things that which we cannot at other places. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. And like, share, and subscribe right now. सो मेरे दोस्तों पॉडकास्ट का सिलसिला चलते रहता है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल पे एंड आप लोग प्यार देते हो तो मुझे भी मजा आता है. I'm addicted to your love. The last podcast was about Splitsvilla and a lot of other stuff. We had a great conversation. आप लोग ने उस पर भी क्वेरीज जताए कि यार अगर अरबाज का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आया है सामने तो नायरा का भी आना चाहिए. I'm here with Naira right now, but then it's not just about the Arbaz scenario. We'll talk about a lot of other things as well. So first of all, thank you so much, Naira, for being with me over here.
So
You're looking pretty as always.
thank you.
How sweet. You know, मुझे पहले बताओ कि as far as reality shows are concerned, right? It's been some time now that you have gained certain level of experience over there. लोग बोलते हैं कि reality shows में reality के अलावा सब कुछ होता है. ये तो एक कॉमन स्टेटमेंट है जो हमारे देश में बहुत सालों से चलता आ रहा है, राइट? बट देन अगेन वो फॉर्मेट भी डिपेंड करता है. लाइक इफ इट्स अ सिंगिंग रियलिटी शो और अ डांस रियलिटी शो अलग है. बट द काइंड ऑफ रियलिटी शो से बिग बॉस और स्प्लिट्सविला, द थीम, आई मीन द सिनेरियो इज डिफरेंट. I want to understand when you did your first reality show, what was your perception about reality shows at that point of time? Cut to now, when you are a bit of experienced in that space.
So to be honest, I already knew about the industry because I used to work behind the camera. So I knew that how, the shooting process works, how the crew works. I was very well aware about it. It is that the reality show is different than any fictional shows. So when I did my first reality show, I thought that whatever I will say, it will be shown. My side of the story will be shown. Whatever we shoot, I mean, I thought that if I'm to me, I'm saying something relevant. I was not sure that how this will be edited. But once I came out and when I saw my very first show, I realized no, dude. Not everything is shown.
Yeah.
And what I feel is that, see, I mean, I come from behind the camera, so I understand that when you make a show, when you do any project, there is a blueprint in your mind that this is how it will go. So with reality shows, people have a perception that there is no reality or there is a script which is not true. But yes, when you are a maker or when you create a show like that, of course you have a blueprint that that's how the kind of contestants will be, that's how the kind of task will be. Let's say if this thing goes wrong, we have a backup. And let's say, they gauge the contestants also throughout the audition. So they know that this will come out as a hero of the season, this will come out as a villain, this will come out as a side character, whatever. But contestants also surprise them, of course. They do
Bring that
something.
surprise factor, of course.
Yeah. So I think there is nothing like कि reality नहीं है, reality है but molded है. मतलब अगर मेरा शो है और मेरा एक टेस्ट है और मुझे पता है मुझे मेरा शो कैसे प्रेजेंट करना है, तो वो उस हिसाब से चलेगा ना. अब उस कैरेक्टर को वो कुछ भी दिमाग में, वो अपने दिमाग में हीरो है बट मेरे लिए कोई हीरो नहीं है, वो हीरो नहीं दिखती. It's as simple as that.
You're going to tell me about your style vibe as well. I like this nose piercings, tattoos. मेरे पास भी है, deltoid से लेके यहाँ तक
Right.
tattoo में भी covered है, दिखा नहीं पा रहा हूँ मैं. I also keep want to flex, but then I really love your style game. What is like the inspiration behind that? Because it looks very natural and at the same time quite a swagger.
Thank you. So the thing is, I mean, since childhood, everybody used to make fun of my nose. That, oh, your nose is so big, your nostrils are so big. So, I always felt so uncomfortable, less confident person because I thought that, oh my God, what can I do about my nose? And I did not want to go for any surgery, nor do I have so much money for it. So then I was like, I really want to make sure that my weakness become my strength. So when I started getting into bodybuilding, people used to say, you're looking like a mud, you're looking like a transgender. I don't know what all labels they have given me. So I wanted to make sure that my muscle building physique, my tattoos, which everybody says that, oh, you should not have a tattoo. People have so many taboos about tattoo, specifically the bigger ones. So I was like, whatever people do not like about me, I want to make sure that I'm known by it. So I like wearing nose rings, and I used to wear a fake nose ring, and I was like, I really want to make this my identity. I really want people to see my nose, that this is how Naira looks. So I started wearing nose ring, and I started wearing a very big one. Now so I've been constantly changing the biggest one. And people used to say कि अरे तो गाय लग रही है, हमारे तो बैल को ऐसे पहनाया जाता है. I was like, this is how you will remember. And now people know that Naira is not Naira without septum. So my nose has become my identity. My nose piercing became my identity. Then these tattoos. So these tattoos are basically the lessons that I am supposed to learn in my life and keep remembering that, this is how I am supposed to take decisions in my life. Like when I say never settle for less, it reminds me that, dude, no, even if it's friendship, even if it's love or whatever, I am not supposed to settle for less. This says this too shall pass. There have been times when I was dealing with depression, lots of things have happened. So this quote gives me strength that कितना भी बुरा हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, ये वक्त है यार, गुजर जाएगा. And this is the biggest tattoo that I had, and this was inspired by my roadies journey. This is a girl who wears a bindi. She's very sweet, very naive, very innocent, like an angel.
Right.
And this personality, she wears a septum. She has different hair, different eyes, very badass. So when I entered into roadies, I went inside like this person.
Yeah.
And when I came out, I became like a badass. And, I understood my personality. So I carved this tattoo to remind me that, these two personalities still exist. It's my choice that which one should come out. And there are many more. Love yourself first. It's
Absolutely.
a reminder. We keep forgetting that we are supposed to love
Self-love.
ourselves first.
Self-love
Yes,
is the key. That is what it
yes.
is. When I talk to you right now, and I get this vibe of somebody who loves herself a lot. Of course, not because of that tattoo, but in general as well, because आप अगर अपने आप को प्यार करते हो, तब जाके आप हिम्मत दिखाते हो to kind of go against the world जो लोग आपके बारे में बोलते हैं उसके खिलाफ,
True,
राइट?
absolutely.
So that is again a symbol of courage and strength. Contrary to that, बाहर ऑफ लेट जो भी कॉन्वर्सेशंस आपके बारे में हो रहे हैं, it presents a very vulnerable side of you, right? And when I say vulnerable, I say vulnerable not coming from your end, but coming from, say, an Arbaz or his side, right? उन्होंने कुछ टाइम पहले कहा था in one of the podcasts that Naira Ahuja has feelings for me, but she doesn't want to accept it, right? And he seems very confident about that fact. Uh, so kahin na kahin, when I see comments on reels or my YouTube videos, etc., ऐसा एक सेक्शन का, एक ऑडियंस का पर्सपेक्टिव है कि यार Naira is perhaps being a crybaby right now just because Arbaz has moved on. He has a Nikki in his life, maybe, and all. So you're getting how I'm connecting the
It's very
dots.
funny, but yeah, I mean, it's absolutely bizarre and funny because see the thing is, I'm not talking about him or trying to expose his reality just because that guy has moved on. I did not love him. I did not have feelings. I was very sure that when I went inside the show, I was the one who told him that मेरे पास एक show में हो चुका है. I don't want to get into the same shit. I don't want to get into love, marriage, all that crap. Let's just focus on work. It was him who gave me a Louis Vuitton bracelet in the show, who said that you are a brand, it's okay if nobody values you. And now I am here. I will make sure that you rule the show. You will be my Sherni. You will be ruling everywhere, and I'll be there. He was the one who has lifted me 2 times in the show, did that eye contact, all that shitty thing. When the host asked him, "Are you a couple?" I was quiet. He was the one who said yes. So how come I become a crybaby? How come I develop the feelings? How come I am crying that he has moved on or what? It was absolutely like it is not even fitting into the story. Like I mean, you everybody has seen. And coming on to the other part, see, I did not develop feelings or love per se, but yes, it was his efforts. He put a lot and lot of efforts. I've told him also that I am not interested into all that, but he kept on making efforts for me. And when a guy puts lots and lots of efforts for me, of course, I mean, I would be this human enough to feel कि okay कोई इंसान मेरे लिए effort लगा रहा है, तो I can drop my guards down for a while. ये मेरी गलती तो नहीं थी कि मुझे शो के एंड तक उसकी रियलिटी पता चल रही है. स्टार्टिंग में तो he was all sweet. Now people can see how is he in real life. And coming on to Nikki ke saath or whatever, the moment I got to know that he's involved with a girl, he's engaged, I did not even send a single message to him. I can even show you the chat that there were messages from his end on Instagram. There were calls made from his end at 12 a.m. or 11:30 p.m. from his end, which I did not even pick the call. So how come I am the crybaby when he's even still trying to talk to me after the show? When I am literally ignoring, even in the groups, I'm trying to ignore him. He's constantly talking, he's constantly chatting as if nothing has happened. So, but then yeah, if you think that something wrong has happened with me and I will not speak about it, I am sorry. That's not the kind of personality I hold. That's not the kind of upbringing I have ever gotten. My mother has always taught me since beginning. Even when guys used to follow me and I used to cry about it, my mother was like, "No, you're not supposed to cry about it. You're supposed to take a stand for it." So I'm the last person to be a crybaby. Last person. But yes, I will constantly talk about it because मेरे बोलने की वजह से इतना ये हाइप हुआ है कि लोगों को उसकी रियलिटी पता चली और वो बिग बॉस से बाहर निकला है बिकॉज पीपल वर नॉट लाइकिंग हिम फॉर व्हाट ही हैज डन टू 3 women इन हिज लाइफ. अगर मैं चुप रहती ना, ये चीज कभी बाहर नहीं और वो इंसान आगे और चौथा कोई लड़की पकड़ता. So it's very important to speak up for yourself. No matter whether people call you crybaby, whether people say you are doing it for controversy or for fame, fuck it. It's your right to take a stand for yourself. As simple as that.
I think, Diego, I mean, it involves you, so of course you have all the right
Yeah.
to speak about it. But when you say that you put your guards down,
Yeah.
that also kind of means that आपके साथ पहले, and you spoke about depression, right? So
Yeah.
if I got that point,
Yeah.
कि आपके साथ पहले ऐसा हुआ है जहाँ पे maybe some guy was there, अच्छा है बुरा है मुझे नहीं पता, बट आपका जो एक सॉफ्ट कॉर्नर शायद था, उस चीज का नाजायज फायदा उठाया गया था पहले. So because of which you put the guards, right? Why do you put protective guards on? Because you have had some kind of trauma before,
And
which
you
is
don't
why
want to
you don't want to
re-experience
re-experience that, right?
it. Yeah.
तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता है कि when he was also putting all those or showing all those efforts to you, he had some kind of feelings, but now he's trying to downplay.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't say anything about it because at that point of time, it felt real. It felt like he's doing everything because he's actually feeling it. Because there was a time when there was no camera, and I went to him and I said that, "Do you really like feel something, or are you doing it for camera?" Because this time I really wanted to be sure before going ahead. And he said that, I am not doing it for camera. If I had been doing it for camera, I wouldn't be hugging you and doing all those gestures off camera. Which made sense to me that अगर वो फेक कर रहा है तो वो सिर्फ कैमरे के सामने करेगा ना. कैमरे के बिना why you are being cozy with me, why you are like being all possessive, why are you like talking about me that she's my girl और ये मेरी शेरनी है. If anybody is coming to you saying कि यार हम इसको vote out करते तो he's like this is my girl, you ask her. So I mean, this is all weird that you're lifting me up, doing all these romantic gestures. I felt at that point of time it was real, but now after seeing him doing the same shit with every girl, I feel like it's just a game that means music. Because with me, it's like my intuition has always been guiding me. I do not listen to my intuition. When he used to, hold me, when he used to do the dance step and all that, I used to ask him, but how you're so pro in that? I mean, because even if somebody has a feeling, that person is hesitant, right? He's always very confident. He used to lift me like I'm some ball. Every time something would happen, he would just lift me. So I asked him, but how you do all that? He's like, I do music albums. That's why I know. I have practice. But when I came out, I saw he doing the same thing with Lisa. The way he would just grab her hand and do all those gestures. And now he did the same thing with Nikki. I was like, dude, this is a perfect game plan. This is not feelings. This is not love. This is nothing. This is absolute game plan. This is how I think he's been doing with every girl he meets.
When I spoke to him, and
Yeah.
which was very recently,
Yeah.
उसने मुझे ये चीज कहा कि Splitsvilla, and again, I mean that video is also there, आप लोग देख सकते हो. He said that on camera कि Splitsvilla एक connection वाला show है. तो मैं पहले शायद वैसा नहीं कर रहा था. Then I realized कि अगर मैं connection नहीं बनाऊं तो लोग समझेंगे कि, and that is Arvaz saying कि लोग समझेंगे मेरा game plan weak है. So is that also indirectly saying that कि कनेक्शन नहीं बनाऊंगा तो गेम प्लान वीक होगा. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू वर द चोजन वन टू शो दैट कनेक्शन ऑन कैमरा.
So basically, I think it's a wrong ideology to say that it's a connection wala show and नहीं होगा तो मेरा game weak दिखेगा. Because Lakshya did not have a very complete connection. He stayed throughout the show. He got eliminated just a day before. So he was technically very close to semi-finale. Shobika did not have a very strong connection. She lasted long. And there were other people as well. Okay, they also beat other people. But then saying कि मैं chosen one थी, तो he was trying on Chulbul also. Chulbul ने उसको भाग नहीं दिया. He tried on Kashish also, but Kashish और इनका मैच नहीं हो पाया. एंड देन उसके बाद वो मेरे पे आया. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि वो पहले गेम नहीं खेल रहा था, मैं आई तो होने लगा. वो शुरुआत से ट्राई कर रहा था, बट उसका किसी से बन नहीं पा रहा था. यहाँ पे मेरे साथ सिंक हो गया तो मैं बलि का बकरा बन गई. वैसी वाली चीज थी. अगर मैं भी उसको वहां पे डिस्कार्ड कर देती तो क्या करता हूँ मैं? कुछ नहीं बचता उसके पास तब उसको. और पहली चीज, वो टास्क में ऐसा परफॉर्म करता था कि वो सेफ रहता था, तो कोई उसको निकालता वैसे भी नहीं था. तो ही डिड नॉट हैव टू मेक अ कनेक्शन. ही वाज वेरी गुड फ्रेंड विद एवरीवन. Even though he is standing in unsafe zone, nobody would vote him out because nobody wants to look stupid also कि भाई मैं strong हूँ क्यों निकालूं. तो उसको कनेक्शन फेक करने की जरूरत थी नहीं. अगर होता है ना कि आप डूबने वाले हो तो आपको लाइफ जैकेट की जरूरत होती है. तुम तो डूब ही नहीं रहे हो, तुम्हारा तो कुछ है ही नहीं, तुम तो सीधे बिल्कुल सेफ बैठे हुए हो. तुम्हें क्यों फेक करना है? और फेक भी छोड़ो, जब आपको बंदी ने क्लियर बोल दिया कि विल प्ले द गेम, विल फोकस ऑन द गेम, तुम टास्क परफॉर्म कर रहे हो, सब ठीक है, तो तुम रोमांटिक जेस्चर से किसी को बेवकूफ क्यों बना रहे हो? That's not how Splitsvilla works. That's not how any show works. Even Nikki के साथ भी जो था, he could have maintained a very good friendship, and friendship lasts long. I think this guy doesn't know the meaning of friendship. That a girl can also be your best friend, your friend, and you can have like a good bond with her. हर बार रिलेशनशिप या फीलिंग वाला एंगल नहीं अटैच करना होता है किसी इंसान में यूज करने के लिए। तो वो सेम चीज वहां पे भी कर सकता था, बट ही डिड अगेन द सेम कनेक्शन थिंग बिकॉज ही नोज की लव एंगल दिखता है मार्केट में। उसी से होती है चीज। अगर आप अरबाज का लव गेम हटा दो, कुछ नहीं बचेगा, कुछ बात करने के लिए बचा ही नहीं।
You know, a lot of fans out there, जो बिग बॉस मराठी वाले फैंस है, कुछ तो हैशटैग आई थिंक निकी बाज है, निक बाज कुछ तो है, करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग लेटर, बट देन द हैशटैग इज अबाउट देम, राइट? कभी कभी ये हैशटैग जो है ना, कभी कभी ये फैंस खुद बना देते हैं, राइट? I'm not sure if there was something of you both as well around
उस
Splitsvilla.
वक्त भी कुछ तो चला था, but I
So,
don't know.
but I don't think people who are participating in the reality show are aware of those hashtags, are they?
They know, everybody makes fun about it.
So you think कि अगर कुछ हैशटैग बन गया मार्केट में, से फॉर एग्जांपल यू एंड आई वी गो टू अ रियलिटी शो एंड मैं देखता हूँ सनी आयरा, ऐसा कुछ बन गया, मेरा निकनेम सनी एंड योर, सो आई सी, सो विल माय साइकोलॉजी वर्क इन दैट मैनर कि यार चलो ये हैशटैग बन रहा है तो इस पे मैं और ज्यादा फोकस करती हूँ? डू यू थिंक दैट कुड बी अ रीजन व्हाई, आई मीन, यू वर द चोजन वन?
To be honest, what Arbaz had told me that before coming to the show, he saw YouTube videos and all that, and there were news that I was coming into Splitsvilla, and he had an image that if she's coming, he has seen Roadies, he has seen the whole Roadies show, so he knew that I'm good with tasks, I'm a good performer, and people have also told him that they are expecting me. I have no idea how everybody knew because even I myself did not know I'm going into Splitsvilla.
Yeah.
So he told me that he knew that I'm coming. And even when he was discharged, there must be some crew member, somebody who was taking care of him, whatever. People have also told him that there are people in exile. So he was literally waiting for me. And the moment I came, he did not even wait for a second, dude. We met in afternoon. He came, we spoke. And in the dome, in that particular day, in the dome, he was offering me his shawl constantly. I said, I'm fine, I don't need it. But he was constantly making eye contact. He was sitting next to me. Whatever I was saying, he was reciprocating to that. So being a girl, we understand. You know, when somebody is watching us, when somebody is trying to initiate a conversation, we understand. And I understood at that point of time. And that particular night, after the dome, he immediately came and he said that, okay, let's play and let's, have a bond or whatever. And I said that, let me ask Laksha first because he's my partner currently. So the moment he saw me, he knew that this is going to be my next one. And मेरी किस्मत खराब थी कि फंस गई।
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, I mean, eventually either you grow or you learn and then you do, right? So that is what it is.
Yeah.
You said that, abhi bhi right now, he's still trying to call, he's still trying to message.
Not right now, but I mean, after the show, I'm saying
After
that
the show.
when the show got over and we were literally not on talking terms, I would post a story, he would reply on that. If in the group we are talking, I'm not even talking to him, he would reply to something. Then something happened in the group, so he called me also. I did not pick the call. So these things have happened.
वो अगर कल को realize करके आपसे माफी मांगता है, will you forgive him?
Of course, that's what I say. That see, when Roadies and everything happened, I literally lived for a year with anger inside me because लोग मुझे गलत समझ रहे थे, मेरा side of the story नहीं जा रहा था, मैं बहुत परेशान थी. But the moment the person genuinely said sorry to me, accepted the things that was true, I literally forgave, and I'm in a very better space right now. So I understand that if I'll forgive this person, I will have a peace. I don't have to, talk about him all the time in the interviews. I can even dodge the questions because I know that the person has asked for forgiveness. Now the point is the person is not even sorry about it. Over it's ulta saying all jhoota stuff about me, ulta putting accusations. So at this point of time, I don't know. But at this point of time, मुझसे नहीं, आई थिंक सारी जनता से सॉरी मांगना बहुत जरूरी होगा because he's not only playing with girls but also playing with audience mindset. Because when you see a love angle like that on TV, अगली बार में जेन्युइन लव एंगल होगा ना, किसी को कोई बिलीव नहीं करना चाहिए और ना कंटेस्टेंट बिलीव करेंगे. जो मेरे बाद जो भी स्प्लिट्सविला में आने वाला है वो कभी भी बिलीव नहीं करेगा बिकॉज अब उनके दिमाग में भी इंगेज बंदे भी आ सकते हैं शो. आज मुझे नहीं पता, निकी को कितना पता है नहीं पता, बट एक हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन मान लेते हैं कि उसको नहीं पता कि वो एंगेज था या उसको नहीं पता कमिटेड था. आज वो लड़की के दिमाग में ट्रॉमा आ जाएगा कि भाई बंदा तो एंगेज निकला. कल को वो किसी और से बात करेगी तो पहला फियर उसका यही होगा कि ये बंदा एंगेज निकला. तो So he's creating all that terror in people's mind. मेरे को लिटरली कभी लाइफ में नहीं लगा था कि कोई इंगेज निकल जाएगा. एक होता है ना किसी का सिचुएशनशिप निकल जाता है, डबल डेटिंग लोग करते हैं. आप सोचो इंगेज या 5 साल का रिलेशनशिप किसी का छुपा हुआ बाहर निकलता है. यू फील बैड इवन दो यू वर नॉट अवेयर, बट देन आपके किसी न किसी वजह से किसी का घर टूट रहा है, कुछ चीजें हो रही, वो किसी लड़की को बुरा लग रहा है.
You are not intentionally
या
doing that.
लाइक यू आर ऑल्सो लाइक कि आपके साथ भी गलत हुआ है बट उसके साथ भी गलत हो, तो आप ऐसी गंदी सिचुएशन में फंस जाते हो दैट समझ नहीं आता आप खुद का हेल्प करो या उस इंसान का हेल्प करो. सो दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. राइट नाउ आई एम नॉट फाइटिंग फॉर माई सेल्फ. मेरा कुछ नहीं होगा, मेरे को सॉरी भी मिल जाएगा, मैं भूल के आगे बढ़ जाऊंगी. बट जो वो बंदी है जो 5 साल से जो उसके साथ थी, उसके साथ जो हो रहा है 2 बार शो में, जो बिग बॉस में जिस लड़की के साथ हो रहा है, जो ऑडियंस देख रही है, आई थिंक इट्स रॉन्ग विद एवरीवन. And he needs to apologize to everyone, accept that he did wrong, and make sure that it doesn't happen.
Has Lisa tried to get in touch with you?
Yes, she did. I think a couple of weeks back, I got a call and she was crying. She was crying a lot, and she was just saying that I thought everything is scripted, and I think that's what he has told her. So she was living in her own world where she was thinking that you have to do certain love angles, but according to her, he has crossed his limits. But at the same time, she was blaming Nikki that when my man has said that he's committed, why are you like hanging around or sleeping next to him or whatever. And I tried to make her understand also your man is going after every woman. The women are not coming to talk to him. It's him who is at fault. And she understood also, but then she was crying and I just told him that to move on. There are n number of guys existing in the world. There is no point. I mean, and apparently I've heard that he has left her also after the show. So
Yeah, he spoke about his breakup. He said that मैंने उसको पूछा था कि ब्रेकअप क्या था आपके लिए, डिफिकल्ट था, एंड इफ इट वाज देन हाउ डिड यू इमर्ज आउट ऑफ इट. So he confirmed about it. I did not get too much into details about that.
let me tell you the details. It's not Arbaz who has left her. It's Lisa who has left Arbaz. The only problem is that Lisa doesn't come out in media and talk about it. So the whole reality is still hidden. The moment she talk, people will get to know the reality. She has told me on the call that she's leaving the country or she doesn't want to talk to anyone. She will leave social media. I don't know kitna sach hai, kitna nahi, but that's what she told me. So according to her, she's done with Arbaz. It's not Arbaz who's done with Lisa. Now he's just saying in the media that, oh, I have left her or this, she's this and that. But I think it's the opposite.
हाँ, मतलब उसने बस मुझे बोला था कि ब्रेकअप हुआ है. He did not particularly say कि किसने छोड़ा. But now I got that part of it as well. You know, when I talk about all these things, एक तरीके से आपके loyal supporters है who are constantly, like that Naira army, I can say, and I see that now as well, overpouring, not just pouring, overpouring, touch wood, and I hope that continuously remains in your face. But there's also another side, constantly garbage, negativity, trolling, judgment. And मुझे वो चीज का पता है क्यों बुरा लगता है. I'll tell you why. I'm nowhere in this. I'm not in between you and Arbaz or whatever. But then the only reason I feel कि ये लोग जो है इनका भी कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. If they are directly affected, then मैं समझ सकता हूँ कि चलो ठीक है तुमको. जैसे Lisa, for example, tomorrow she comes out and abuses Arbaz, I understand, or she abuses you, I understand. But the fans, आप एक neutral perspective के बना तो कभी-कभी when you go to sleep at night nowadays and you think about whatever is happening, you sometimes cry कि यार क्यों हो रहा है मेरे साथ, and that too repeatedly.
See, when things have happened at movies, I cried a lot. I tried to be in a relationship. I could not. That relationship also got spoiled because I was in that dark depression that I was hampering myself. I was hampering people around me. I hampered my relationship, everybody around me. And these people who are trollers, who do all these bad commenting, they made sure that the guy who was in relationship with me, they made sure that they said such dirtiest, ugliest thing to that person that the person had to leave me at the end. So I've lost a lot because of these people. And there was a time I remember I used to sit under shower for 4 or 5 hours, used to cry that I am saying the truth, but people are not believing me. People are not ready to believe that, yes, there was a thing, it happened, and all that shit. So when I passed that stage alone, it was only my family who was with me. Nobody knew what I was going through. So when I actually went through that phase, lost everything, and started from scratch now, I told myself that now There is no going back. You have chosen this industry, you have chosen this career and all that. It will come with repercussions, and you cannot afford to cry. You cannot afford to bleed in front of these people. You cannot let them know who is your close one, with whom you are in love with whom you are hanging out. Since that day, my life had been very private. People don't know about my best friends. People don't know with whom I actually share my stuff. People don't know whether I'm in a relationship, whether I'm single, whether I have friends or not. I've kept everything so private that I don't even follow my people because I have this, डर कि ये वहां तक पहुंच जाएंगे, मेरे लोगों को हार्म करेंगे. सो अब मेरा इंड्योरेंस इतना बढ़ चुका है ना कि मेरी वीकनेस नहीं है किसी के पास. आई हैव लॉस्ट एवरीथिंग, be it money, be it my mental peace, be it my past relationship, all that. अब मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं बचा है. तो अब इसलिए ये कि चाहे जितना भी ट्रोलिंग आ जाए, जितना भी हेट्रेड आ जाए, I will fight with it. Of course, there are times when I actually break down and I really want to cry. I really want to hug and someone and then cry कि भाई, I am still saying the truth. Still people thinking that I am lying. But मुझे पता है कि at the end of the day, I will win my battle. मैंने एक लड़ाई रोडिंग्स के टाइम लड़ी थी, मुझे बहुत गाली पड़ी थी, बहुत कुछ हुआ था, बट एट दी एंड में सही प्रूव हुई. मैंने अरबाज के लिए जो भी चीजें बोली वो सही प्रूव हो गई है. जब वो बिग बॉस में गया ना, लोगों ने देखा चीजें जब हुई, लोगों ने बोला कि यार यू वर राइट. तो मुझे पता है कि अभी नहीं समझेंगे लोग, 1 साल बाद, 5 साल बाद समझेंगे. मेरी लड़ाई में तब जीत जाऊंगी, लेकिन मैं हारने नहीं वाली इस चीज से. चाहे तुम मुझे कमेंट में कितनी गाली दे दो, चाहे मेरे फॉलोअर्स ना बढ़े, चाहे मुझे काम ना मिले, कुछ भी हो, आई विल स्टैंड बाय माई वर्ड्स, व्हाट इज ट्रू. एंड इवन इफ आई क्राई, इवन इफ आई फॉल, आई विल गेट अप and I will wipe my tears. I will still stand up for this.
क्या बात है, इसी बात पे बोल रहे हैं, सुपर स्टार. But I want to understand कि you spoke about keeping your guards on, right?
Yeah.
अभी एक और बुरा इंसिडेंट हुआ है. आयु मतलब आयु बोला तो गलत रहेगा. Have you again kind of lost faith in organic love?
Yeah, honestly, I never lost faith in love. I still believe in love. I still love the feeling of being in love. And I'm always open for love. It's just that I think with every incident that is happening on reality show, also in my real life, I'm trying to understand that जैसे पहले होता था कि 10% किसी ने एफर्ट लगाया, मुझे लगता था चलो इसमें मैं खुश हो गई. फिर किसी ने कहीं पे 50% लगा दिया, मैंने बोला नहीं अब 10 से काम नहीं चलेगा, बढ़ाओ, 50 कर लिया, 50 पे मान गए, फिर होगा हुआ, अब वो 50 से 100 में जाएगा. वही बात है. मतलब आई एम जस्ट लर्निंग फ्रॉम एवरीथिंग, बट आई विल नेवर स्टॉप द डोर फॉर because I've seen love in my family. I've seen my brother loving someone. I have seen my dad loving my mom to an extent. My mom is almost like 56. My dad is almost 60. And still at this age, my mom expects my father to come with a flower on their wedding anniversary. My mom dad used to write love letters when they were not married, and my dad would send letters to her with a black and white picture. जो तब आया करती थी कि मेरे ये बाल ठीक है कि नहीं, मेरे कपड़े ठीक है कि नहीं. So I have grown up with that thing in my house. How can I live my life without love? I love to be in love, but yes, I really want to be with someone who knows how to.
100% नहीं, you want somebody with 1000% efforts,
Yeah.
because ये उतना तो बनता ही है.
Yeah.
बट एक ऐसा चीज बताओ जो शायद गलती है, जानबूझ के ऑफकोर्स कोई गलती तो करता नहीं है, लेकिन प्यार के मामले में, रिलेशनशिप के मामले में, बॉन्डिंग के मामले में कोई एक ऐसा गलती जो आप दोबारा कभी नहीं दोहराओगे.
गलतियां तो मैं दोबारा दोहराती ही रहती हूँ. तो ये मेरा बोलना बहुत गलत हुआ कि देखो ये.
But at least if you speak, you can try to go in that direction.
It's just that मुझे अपनी सिर्फ एक चीज पे काम करना है. मेरा इंट्यूशन बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. मेरे साथ जब भी कुछ गलत होने वाला था, मुझे पहले से पता होता है.
So
मैं
many women,
सुनती नहीं हूँ. प्रॉब्लम ये है. सो इवन इफ आई एम टॉकिंग टू समबडी, मुझे रेड फ्लैग्स दिख रहे हैं कि ये पर्सन के साथ मेरा फ्यूचर नहीं होने वाला है. ये चीज तो मुझे इसकी पसंद ही नहीं है, बट मैं सोचती हूँ कि चलो लेट्स गो विद द फ्लो. चीजें बदल जाएंगी, चीजें ठीक हो जाएंगी. वो नहीं होती है. सेकंड रिमाइंडर फिर से आता है मेरे सामने. फिर मैं सोचती थी कि चलो 4-5 दिन किसी से नहीं बात कर लेंगे, आगे मूव ऑन कर लेंगे. 5वें दिन में खुद ही सामने वाले को मैसेज कर दूंगी बिकॉज आई एम गेटिंग बोर्ड. सो मेरे को अपनी इस चीज का वर्क करना है कि इफ मेरा इंट्यूशन बोल रहा है that this person is not right for you, immediately cut off. Do not give second chances, do not give benefit of doubt. ये जो मैं benefit of doubt लोगों को देती हूँ, that backfires. मेरी वॉइस हमेशा बोलती है कि ये बंदा धोखा देगा, बट मैं benefit of doubt देती हूँ कि नहीं, I am. सो मुझे उस चीज पे काम करना है, लेकिन जिस दिन मैंने उस चीज पे काम कर दिया, मेरी लव लाइफ बहुत सही हो जाएगी.
अभी तो बात कर ली, अभी दिमाग में घुस गया, अभी प्रोसेस भी हो जाएगा, दैट मींस इम्प्लीमेंट भी हो जाएगा.
Hopefully.
Then 100% that should be the case. But when I talk about your work, of course, everybody has been seeing you with reality shows, etc. But you're a young girl, you're a free-spirited girl. There's so much more to do, right? Say looking forward, अगले 2 साल में अगर मैं आपको पूछूं कि आपके पास ये वरदान है कि 3 चीज वर्क वाइज जो भी आप मांगोगे वो आपको मिलेगा और यू विल गो क्लोज टू दैट, वो क्या 3 चीजें होंगी?
मुझे सिर्फ एक ही चीज चाहिए, मुझे 3 चीज भी नहीं चाहिए. मुझे सिर्फ एक चीज चाहिए, डिग्निटी से, सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट से. आई वांट टू बिकम अ रिच कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटर. अब वो पैसा चाहे 24 घंटे काम करके आए, चाहे 2 घंटे काम करके आए, बट डिग्निटी के साथ, हार्डवर्क के साथ मुझे सिर्फ रिच बनना है. अब वो मैं एक्टर बन के रिच बनूं, चाहे मैं रियलिटी शो करके रिच बनूं, चाहे मैं बिजनेस करा करके करूं. मेरे लिए मेरी लाइफ का सबसे मेजर मोटो है मनी, बिकॉज आई कम विद अ चैलेंजिंग बैकग्राउंड. तो मेरे यहाँ सब खुश रहते, कम पैसे में भी खुश रहते, ऐसा नहीं है. बट मेरे को अपने पेरेंट्स को बहुत अच्छी लाइफ देनी है. अब मेरी लाइफ तो, मैं ऐसी इंसान हूँ, मुझे 2 वक्त पे मेरा डाइट मील मिल जाएगा, जिम हो जाएगा, मैं खुश हूँ उसमें, मेरी कोई बड़ी ख्वाहिशें नहीं है. पर मेरे को चाहिए कि मेरी फैमिली को मैं स्टेबल कर पाऊँ, एंड दैट कैन ओनली हैपन विद मनी. सो आई डू नॉट केयर इन व्हाट प्रोफेशन आई गो फॉर. It's just that I really need to work with dignity and earn lots of money and want to call myself rich lady. That's it.
वो I mean manifestations are usually strong and if you work in that direction, touch wood, वो हो जाएगा बहुत
Yeah.
जल्दी. And intent इतना अच्छा है, you want to do good stuff for your parents, the God is also watching. I'm pretty sure it would be the case. I mean, चलो ठीक है, we spoke about Arbaz, we might have other conversations as well, we'll talk about that later. But you're a cute, pretty girl, you must be having some interesting social media DMs as well. मुझे कोई वैकी डीएम के बारे में बताओ, किसी मेल फैन ने जो तुमको भेजा है, जो
Yeah.
लिटरली काइंड ऑफ रिमेन्ड इन योर माइंड एंड वाज कि यार इसको या तो ये मैसेज पे कुछ रिएक्ट करना चाहिए या फिर इसको एक प्यारा सा छोटा सा रिप्लाई देना चाहिए.
यार मेरे को ना मतलब थोड़ा वियर्ड से मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं since I went to weightlifting and all. So people keep DMing mommy, become my mommy. That's the cutest.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's my favorite compliment, to be honest, because I want to be that muscle mommy. I don't know with what intention they write certain messages,
Yeah.
but most of the, even girls, like, you're a mommy. So I feel very proud that when, girls and boys call me that. And one recent DM that actually caught my eye, one person, लोगों को शायद गलत लगेगा मैं बताऊंगी तो, but I really want to be very transparent.
Yeah.
A guy texted me saying that I really want to meet you and I'm ready to pay in certain amount. I think he wrote some 7 lakhs or 8 lakhs. That caught my eye. I said that, I am capable enough and I'll do my thing. Please use that money and really help someone, who is needy, who is having a challenge background, whatever. So that person said कि यार 5 या 15 या something उसने increase किया. मैंने बोला no, please help someone. He went till 50 lakhs. तो मुझे मतलब ऐसा लगा कि अगर आज ये 50 लाख से किसी की शादी करा देगा तो कोई इसको इतना वो दुआएं देगा. बट लाइक आई मीन आई डोंट थिंक इट्स इंसल्टिंग, बट देन मुझे अजीब लगा, मतलब कि अच्छा भी लगा. मेरे लोग इतने मतलब पसंद कर रहे हैं कि कोई इतना पैसा उड़ाने को रेडी, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई फेल्ट बैड दैट इफ पीपल हैव मनी लाइक दैट, प्लीज स्पेंड ऑन पीपल हु नीड इट. 50 लाख में अगर आप 1-1 लाख 50 लोगों को दे दोगे तो 50 लोगों को बहुत हेल्प हो जाएगी. तो वो पता नहीं, वो डीएम मेरे दिमाग में सब बैठा हुआ, ट्राइंग टू कन्विंस दैट पर्सन कि प्लीज यूज दैट मनी टू हेल्प समवन. एंड एट लास्ट ही डिडंट एंड आई हैड टू जस्ट ब्लॉक हिम. बट देन आई वाज रियली होपिंग कि मे बी मैं किसी का
समझा तो
हृदय परिवर्तन कर दूं और शायद वो हेल्प हो जाए, तो मुझे भी वो पुण्य का काम मिल जाए कि भाई मेरी वजह से ही चलो किसी का तो हेल्प हुआ. दैट डीएम इज स्टिल इन माय हेड.
I was talking about your loyal fan army as well. What do you have to say about them?
There are certain people who had been there since Rudy's time. There have been certain pages that they have been, whatever I say, they believe it blindly. They know that they know my personality. चाहे दुनिया कुछ भी बोले, दे नो कि मैं ऐसी हूँ, और अगर मैं गलत करती भी हूँ ना, तो these small Nigerians or whatever army it is, they say कि why you have bad taste in men, please change it. So they are very cute. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for always being there for me, for bearing me and bearing my taste also in men.
You know, you spoke about your family being a big source of strength, yeah, for you, especially during the times when you had depression and you came out of it strong, right? अभी recently जो स्प्लिट्सविला का fiasco था, you know, your name was there. You know, कभी-कभी क्या होता है ना कि since you are somewhat related to the industry, you develop a thick skin, so you
Yeah.
know कि लोग अच्छा भी बोलेंगे, बुरा भी बोलेंगे. बट कभी-कभी वो बुरा जो होता है, वो फैमिली के लिए absorb करना थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाता है, right? Yeah, regarding Arbaz and so many other conversations, lot of negative conversations happening against you. How has your family dealt with that?
यार मैं एक चीज बताऊं कि चाहे जो हो जाए दुनिया में, मेरी फैमिली का जो शेल है ना, वो इतना ज्यादा ठीक है ना कि फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता. मतलब मेरी माँ ने मुझे ऐसा बड़ा किया है ना, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, कि सच में मैं बहुत प्राउड हूँ इस चीज पे कि मेरी मॉम खुद इतनी बोल्ड है ना कि उनको पता है कि वो कर लेगी अपने आप. मतलब अगर मैं 2 दिन कॉल ना करूँ ना, बिल्कुल भी गायब हो जाऊं, तो वो ये टेंशन होगा ही नहीं कि कहाँ है. उनको पता है किसी न किसी की बैंड बजा रही है. लिटरली दे आर लाइक दैट, बिकॉज मतलब मेरे घर में मेरे टेम्पर से सब डरते हैं. उनको पता है कि ये जो बोल रही है वो है कुछ चीज. और जब मैं इंडस्ट्री में करती भी हूँ, कुछ भी मेरा आर्टिकल हो, जो भी, मेरी मॉम हर चीज देखती है, जो भी आर्टिकल आता है. जब मैं मॉडलिंग डेज में भी कोई मेरे लिए कोई आर्टिकल लिखता, तो वो एक आर्टिकल काट के रखती थी, रिलेटिव्स को दिखाती थी. तो शी हैज सीन मी फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, फ्रॉम बीइंग अ वल्नरेबल गर्ल टू बिकमिंग ऑल दैट बैड एज that's how she has brought me. So I mean, मेरी फैमिली को नहीं फर्क पड़ता है. उनको पता है कि जो कर रही है सही कर रही है, और ये कर लेगी खुद से. मुझे याद ही नहीं मैं कभी ऐसे फ्रेंड्स साथ बाहर जाती थी, बाकी के फोन आते रहते थे, उनकी मम्मियों से मैं बात करती थी कि मैं अपनी उसके साथ. मेरी फैमिली को कभी स्ट्रेस नहीं. मैं कहता हूँ मम्मी को बोलती थी कि थोड़ा तो टेंशन लो यार, कि मतलब मैं कुछ हो जाए मुझे क्या. बट मेरे मेरे पापा, मेरा भाई, एवरीबडी, दे नो कि शी इज अ बैडर्स. एंड कोई कुछ भी बोल रहे, दे नो कि मैं क्या हूँ, मैं कैसे डील करती हूँ. कभी कभी मेरी मॉम को बस एक ही चीज में ये होता है कि मैं डिप्रेशन में बहुत जल्दी चली जाती हूँ. मतलब अब तो खैर थोड़ा हो गया, इंडोरेंस बढ़ गया, पहले मैं बहुत जल्दी चली जाती थी. तो उनको बस ये टेंशन होता है कि डिप्रेशन में ना जाए. कि वो भी सिर्फ लव वाले एंगल में. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि किसी ने शो पे कुछ बोल दिया, किसी ने कमेंट में गलत लिख दिया तो ये कुछ कर लेगी. वो उनको पता है कि ये बैंड बजा देगी. लेकिन शी नोस कि if I start talking to someone and if I start loving someone, that's the breakage point for me, and that's when I become vulnerable. बट उन्होंने मेरे इतने रिलेशनशिप्स भी देखे हैं, उन्होंने मुझे ब्रेकअप से भी गुजरते हुए देखा है, कि शी नोस कि जस्ट अ फेस एंड वो कर ले. मेरी मॉम मुझे यही बोलती, कोई बात नहीं, योर प्रिंस चार्मिंग विल कम, वेट फॉर इट. शी इज लाइक दैट. तो आई मीन टच वुड, आई फील लाइक देखो भगवान ने हर भले खराब चीज दी हो, एक फैमिली ऐसी चीज दी है ना जिससे सारा कंपनसेशन कर दिया है.
Now, nice, यार, and nothing beyond family is well.
Yeah.
And उससे ऊपर कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. So अगर
That's
वो तगड़ा है तो touch wood,
Yeah.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
आपके हिसाब से in men and in relationships, red flag and toxic traits क्या है?
मेरी आइडियोलॉजी बहुत अलग है. मैं आपको एक चीज बताती हूँ, रेड फ्लैग्स हम सब में, टॉक्सिक ट्रेट्स हम सब में. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ मेल में ही होते, फीमेल में
Of course.
होते. इट डिपेंड्स कौन सा रेड फ्लैग आप झेल सकते हो. अब
very well put.
जैसे कुछ लोगों को पोजेसिव होना रेड फ्लैग लगता है लड़कों का, मुझे वो ग्रीन फ्लैग लगता है. मुझे लगता है कि बंदा मेरे लिए सीरियस तो है, इसीलिए तो
Exactly.
पोजेसिव है. बट हाँ, अगर वो पोजेसिवनेस एक बार क्रॉस कर देती तो वही ग्रीन फ्लैग रेड फ्लैग बन जाता है. तो आई थिंक इट्स वेरी सिचुएशनल, इट्स
It's
वेरी
subjective.
सब्जेक्टिव. बट हाँ, मुझे लगता है कि लाइफ ज्यादा अच्छी है जब आप ग्रीन फ्लैग रेड फ्लैग में नहीं पढ़ते. आप बहुत मेच्योरिटी से जब करते हो कि आपको पता है कि इस टाइप का इंसान आपको चाहिए, ये टाइप की चीजें आपको इस इंसान में मिल रही है. लेकिन इट कम्स विद अदर थिंग्स ऑल्सो. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि नहीं मुझे यही मिलेगा तो मैं यही लूंगी. बुरी चीजें भी आएंगी. नाउ इट्स योर चॉइस कि वो बुरी चीजों के साथ आप एडजस्ट कर सकते हो कि नहीं, क्योंकि आपकी भी बुरी चीजें होंगी जो वो एडजस्ट
adjust
करने
कर
वाला है. तो आई थिंक मेच्योरिटी से जो इंसान बात करता है, बैठता है, वो चीज मेरे लिए वर्कआउट करती है. बाकी रेड फ्लैग तो मेरे अंदर भी बहुत है. टॉक्सिक तो मैं भी कम नहीं हूँ. बट यही है कि पता है, ये भी एक चीज है कि कुछ इंसान आपका टॉक्सिक ट्रेट निकालते हैं बाहर, कुछ लोग नहीं निकाल पाते. आप किसी के साथ बहुत काम होते हो रिलेशनशिप में, किसी के साथ आप बहुत अग्रेसिव होते हो. तो कुछ लोगों के ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है जो आपके रेड फ्लैग बाहर निकालता है, जो आपको भी बताए.
So true. Actually,
तो मैं तो बिल्कुल रेड ग्रीन में बिलीव नहीं करती। मुझे बस ये एक चीज लगती है कि इंसान के अंदर इमोशनली मेच्योरिटी हो, एक्सप्रेस करते, जो ये हमारी इंडियन सोसाइटी सिखाती है कि लड़के एक्सप्रेस नहीं करने चाहिए, लड़के रोते नहीं है, ये वाला चीज मेरे साथ काम नहीं करता। आई वॉन्ट माई मैन टू क्राई वेन एवर ही वॉन्ट्स, आई वॉन्ट माई मैन टू बी एक्सप्रेसिव, आई वॉन्ट माई मैन टू बी वल्नरेबल द वे अ फीमेल इज और अ मेल इज। एंड मैं थोड़ा स्पिरिचुअल चीजों में ज्यादा हूँ, तो मैंने हमेशा से एक चीज पढ़ी है कि हम सबके अंदर एक मेल और फीमेल एनर्जी दोनों, लेकिन लोग बैलेंस नहीं कर पाते। तो मेल में क्या होता है, बहुत मेल हो जाता है, फीमेल वाला साइड आ नहीं पाता, बिकॉज लोग मजाक उड़ाते हैं, लोग आपस में दोस्ती नहीं रिस्पेक्ट करते उस चीज की। लड़की अगर ज्यादा मैस्कुलिन हो जाती है तो पूरी दुनिया को माइंड बोलने लगती है। तो अ पर्सन हु कैन एक्चुअली आइडेंटिफाई बोथ द एनर्जीज, कि मेरे अंदर दोनों एनर्जी है, बैलेंस तो नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि हम गॉड तो है नहीं, बट एटलीस्ट हमें पता तो है कि हमारे अंदर दोनों एनर्जी है। हम झुकला तो नहीं रहे कि हमारे अंदर फीमेल मेल दोनों है एनर्जी, और उसको हम काबू में करने की एटलीस्ट कोशिश तो कर रहे हैं। तो वो मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि उस इंसान के अंदर दोनों एनर्जी हो। एंड आजकल का जेनजी का कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत अलग है। व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट मेल फीमेल दे थिंक इट्स बाय, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट। इट्स लाइक एवरी पर्सन हैज मेल फीमेल एनर्जी। जब हम शिवा की बात करते हैं, बिलीवर ऑफ शिवा, सो उनके अंदर एक नारी भी है, एक शिवा का रूप भी है जो बोलते हैं हम अर्धनारीश्वर जो बोलते हैं। मैं उसमें बहुत बिलीव करती थी, वो रूप हम सबके अंदर है, लेकिन हम वो पहचान नहीं पाते। जो इंसान को मेल फीमेल अपना दोनों साइड पता है ना, दैट पर्सन कैन एक्चुअली आई फील डू गुड इन रिलेशनशिप्स, बिकॉज वो दोनों पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचते हैं।
I've been hearing you, मुझे पता है क्या लग रहा है, I'll tell you all. Here's this girl who is in her 20s and all, but वो जो maturity level है ना, वो शायद late 30s के वहाँ पे, because of the experiences that she's had in life. Second last question, and we'll slowly be wrapping it up. You know, reality shows का क्या होता है ना, when you don't have a background, क्या होता है कि there are good people as well, there are bad people as well, right? Sometimes you get into reality shows with authentic sources. And on the other hand, sometimes कुछ ऐसे negative elements जो होते हैं इंडस्ट्री के, they approach you via indirect means, right? They're not even authentic. And I've known so many people, एक तो मेरे दोस्त ही है, जिनको ऐसे कास्टिंग एजेंट्स वगैरह ने अप्रोच किया कि यार हम लोग ये रियलिटी शो के लिए कास्ट कर रहे हैं, यू वांट टू गेट एंगेज इन कास्टिंग काउच वगैरह एटसेट्रा एंड ऑल एज वेल। आपके साथ कभी भी पहले, बिफोर यू गॉट द ऑथेंटिक सोर्सेज टू एंटर इन द राइट वे बाय गिविंग योर ऑडिशन, जो रेगुलर वे होता है, वो ऐसे नेगेटिव एलिमेंट्स के साथ सामना हुआ?
कोर्स, मतलब इंडस्ट्री तो लोगों से बड़ी पड़ी है। आई वाज इन मॉडलिंग, जहाँ पे तो ये चीजें बहुत ओपन है और बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन है ये चीजें। So I remember when I was like 19, 20 years old, I met people who were very touchy. Like ऐसे कोई casting couch के लिए तो नहीं बोला, but they used to be touchy because they know कि भाई इंडस्ट्री में तो सब ओपन है, लड़कियां तो कर लेती है, जबकि जो एक्चुअल है नहीं फैक्ट।
At 18 or 19, you were able to distinguish between a good touch and a bad touch.
I'm telling you, I've been working since I was 13 years old.
So
I've been traveling, I've seen life more than anyone around me. So, bad touch, good touch तो of course समझ में, लड़कियों को तो बचपन में समझ में, वो सुनते नहीं है जब हम बोलते हैं कि हमें किसी तरह अनकंफर्टेबल लग रहा है, बट बचपन से लड़कियों को तो समझ में आता ही है। तो देयर वर टाइम्स कि लोग टची होने की कोशिश करते थे। अगर रैम शोज होते थे तो बोलते आफ्टर पार्टी रुको, आफ्टर पार्टी में कोई ना कोई जबरदस्ती ड्रिंक पिला रहा है। ये सिनेरियो मैंने देखा है, बट टच वुड मैं बच के निकल चुकी। मतलब मेरी मॉम को मैं हमेशा से क्रेडिट दूंगी कि उन्होंने मुझे इतना बोल्ड बनाया है ना, उन्होंने वैल्यूज मेरे अंदर इतने डाले हैं कि मुझे पता था कि दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन नॉट डू, दिस इज माई बाउंड्री लाइन। अगर मैं इसके बाहर जाऊंगी ना, तो मैं अपने आप को ऐसी सिचुएशन में रख दूंगी जहां पे मेरे लिए अनकंफर्टेबल हो जाए चीजें, तो वो बाउंड्री क्रॉस नहीं करेगी। या कभी कुछ ऐसे कोई मैसेज करते थे लोग, तो मेरे दिमाग में ना अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ जाती थी कि बंदा सही नहीं है। जैसे कुछ कुछ लॉन्जरी शूट हो गए, बिकिनी शूट हो गए, तो लोग बोलते थे कि तुम ना अपना लॉन्जरी में पिक्चर भेजो। तो आई अंडरस्टैंड पोर्टफोलियो बना के लॉन्जरी में भेजे जा सकते, बट पीपल से कि नहीं तो फोन पे क्लिक करके अभी भेज दो। तो वो मेरे अंदर अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी कि भाई ऐसा काम नहीं होता। लड़कियां फोटो क्लिक करके भेज देती है, वीडियो कॉल व्हाटएवर जो भी होता है, उसके बहुत रेपरकशन झेलने पड़ते हैं लड़कियों को बाद में, ब्लैकमेलिंग एंड ऑल दैट, इट इज वेरी कॉमन। बट टचवुड मेरा दिमाग इन सब चीजों में तो तेज था, तो आई न्यू कि दिस इज नॉट हाउ वर्क हैपेंस। अगर मुझे किसी को मुझे कास्ट करना है और एक लॉन्जरी शूट है, बिकिनी शूट है, तो उसके लिए पोर्टफोलियो मांगेगा। अगर तो फोटो भी मांगना तो देयर इज अ वे, ऐसे नहीं आप क्लिक करके भेज, दैट्स नॉट हाउ इट वर्क्स। सो ऐसी सिचुएशन तो बहुत रही है, बट मतलब किसी ने कुछ मेजर इम्पैक्ट नहीं छोड़ा है बिकॉज हमेशा मैं बचती ही थी.
That's what, and अभी तो और भी मतलब you
Yeah,
filtered all that.
yeah,
You mentioned कि and I think I think it's true for every girl as well कि लड़कियों को good touch and bad touch बहुत बचपन से ही पता चलता है, right?
yes,
Sometimes they raise their voice,
yeah.
sometimes लोग सुनते हैं, sometimes उनकी आवाज को दबाया जाता है.
एंड
Because
कभी
it's
कभी
really-
पता है हम खुद भी रेस नहीं कर पाते बिकॉज हमारा क्या होता है हम बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट में चले जाते हैं. जैसे बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि यू सिट विद अ फ्रेंड एंड दैट पर्सन इज टचिंग बट देन आपको नहीं पता चल रहा वो किसी इंटेंशन से कर रहा है तो हम सोचते हैं यार हम रिएक्ट करेंगे सामने वाले की बेइज्जती हो जाएगी. व्हाट इफ दैट पर्सन डज नॉट हैव अ बैड इंटेंशन. वो बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट देने के चक्कर में अपने साथ गलत कर लेते हैं. और जब आप वो बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट बचपन से देते आ रहे हो ना तो आपकी साइकोलॉजी बन जाती है तो आपकी बॉडी इमीडिएटली रिएक्ट भी करती है. अगर आप रोड पे चल रहे हो आपको रोड पे किसी ने छेड़ा आप चाटा मार दो. लेकिन अगर आपका कोई फ्रेंड आपको वैसे कर रहा होगा आपको सोचना पड़ता है रिएक्ट करने से पहले बिकॉज यू डोंट नो कि वो इंसान का सच में से इंटेंशन है कि नहीं. वहां पे लड़कियों के साथ बहुत गलत है. बहुत अनकंफर्टेबल सिचुएशन जहाँ पे रिलेटिव्स है जहाँ पे फ्रेंड्स है जहाँ पे कलीग्स है यू डोंट नो इंटेंशन क्या है बिकॉज कोई लेबल लगा के नहीं आ रहा ना.
Have you ever experienced bad touch in your childhood?
Yeah, of course, yes. मैंने रोडीज में तो उसके बारे में बात भी की है that one of the females tried to do certain things which I felt was wrong. I did not feel comfortable. I spoke about it not in like a complete brief way, but then I just told my family कि I'm not comfortable. But
How
they
old
did
were
not.
you then?
यार याद ही नहीं है मुझे. I think I was in
Bracket.
second standard, maybe 6-7 years old. Yeah, and I still remember everything. It's so fresh. I don't know how. It's so fresh. And my mother could not understand because I never even said how exactly I felt. I just said I don't want to go and play with her. Now parents have become smart. उस टाइम पे नहीं थे smart. उनको नहीं समझ उनको लगता तो मन नहीं है बच्चे का तो जबरदस्ती भेज रहे. Because of that, for long and long years, I was scared to be touched by a female. It was that bad. I mean, thank God roadies happened. I spoke to people who were bi, who were pansexual, who made me understand that I am not homophobic or I do not have a problem with a female touch. I have a problem that any touch that reminds me of that thing is creating a loop trauma for me. So when I actually got scared when a straight female touched me, then I realized that no, it's not with the same sex. It's with something, the way someone is touching me. So I understood. I'm still working on it. It's getting better. I'm not that scared the way I was before, but it's also not completely very comfortable for me. Like I get hesitant. I mean, when a girl comes very close to me, I get scared. जबकि लोगों को लगता है तो मार देगी किसी को बॉडी बॉडी बना रखी है बट मेरा ऐसा है मैं लड़के से लड़ सकती हूँ. मैं लड़की के केस में मेरा ऐसा लगता है कि पता नहीं सडनली फ्लैशबैक आ जाता है दिमाग में. And because your body remembers certain things.
Exactly.
When somebody has beaten you up in childhood in a bad way, that particular body part remembers that. When somebody has touched you inappropriately, that body part can still feel it. It's that bad.
मुझे भी याद है मैंने गलती से किसी का नाक फोड़ा था इससे अंदर मेरा स्कूल में.
Oh my God.
That's a different story altogether. But the last question,
Yeah.
you know, every human being, their psychology has certain strong points,
Yeah.
certain not so strong points, which
Yeah.
you want to turn into a strong point, right? अगर मैं पूछूं आपको कि what is perhaps that one fear in life that you really want to conquer going forward, वो क्या होगा?
ये fear मैं conquer कर नहीं सकती. The fear of losing my loved ones. I can never conquer this fear. Every day, waking up with this fear that there will be a day when my parents will not be there in this world, when my brother will not be there with me, or maybe I go before them and they will be left alone. How will they live without me? Fuck, even talking about it is so overwhelming. That fear is really bad. And you cannot conquer that fear. You can only dodge those thoughts. You can only distract yourself. But it's the reality that will happen someday.
You
Yeah.
put me in that spot as well.
Yeah.
But then, I think the purpose of this whole conversation was
Yeah.
that we decode about you
Yeah.
a lot more than what we actually have
Yeah.
known in the past.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
this is a very, very good touch. Just मजाक कर रहा हूँ. But then, guys, you know, you all have given Naira a lot of love throughout her reality show journeys, and please, whatever that she wants to do going forward, of course, she will remain connected with all of you. Social media hai. There will be different platforms where she will, of course, make her presence felt. And thank you so much for watching this podcast. And I hope that you all show this podcast a lot of love. Comments पे जरूर लिखना कि क्या feeling है and what are the most wonderful points that you figured out from this conversation. And दैट्स इट. एंड एक चीज मैं करता हूँ हमेशा, वो ये है कि मेरे चैनल पे जितने भी लोग आते हैं, आई वांट टू थैंक देम फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माय हार्ट इन अ वेरी स्पेशल वे, जो बहुत लोग नहीं करते. सो मेरे पास कुछ चीज है आपके लिए.
Oh my God.
तो आई हैव दिस लिटिल गिफ्ट हैम्पर फ्रॉम माय फैशन लेबल फॉर यू.
Sweet.
And
You're a fashion label.
I'll tell you more details about it off camera as well. So this is something that is for you.
Thank you.
So I hope you really like it. अगर और पसंद है तो और भेज दूंगा घर पे.
अरे मुझे
एड्रेस भी
और
मेरे को
चाहिए, मुझे definitely और चाहिए.
Definitely. That goes without
Thank you
saying.
so
But then,
much.
guys, thank you so much. And that's a wrap on the Sunny G Show. This is your host, Shubhajit. I'll see you all with another very interesting episode very soon. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you. And सबके साथ देखो, जिसके साथ भी देखो. लेकिन जरूर देखो ये पॉडकास्ट, कमेंट्स करो और ढेर सारा प्यार. उसे भी जताओ, मुझे भी जताओ. उसे 99% दो, मुझे 1% दो, वो ही मेरे लिए काफी. थैंक यू.